Did you notice that I changed the color? Green. Yeah, green back there. Not because this box is green, but I just seems to kind of match. It's kind of a bluey green. Today we're looking at this watch here, the SKG, I think it's the V7. SKG makes a bunch of different stuff from little massagers and smartwatches. It's weird that it's a weird combination, I guess, smartwatches and massagers. But if you're needing a massager, I guess give them a try. That's kind of cool. Knee massager. Oh, I like that. I always have issues with my knees. Today we are looking at their smartwatch. One of their smartwatch. It looks like their least expensive smartwatch. Again, the SKG version 7. Now they do make a version 3. I say version, it's just V7. Just V7. They make a V3, a V7, a V7 Pro, and a V9C. Now the V9C is the one that I kind of wanted. Oh, they make a V9 Pro as well, because I'm a fan of the circular watch face. It looks like we got the V7. We're going to take a look at what their website says about it. We're going to crack open the box, see what comes in it. And then what I'm going to do is wear this for the next week, and you'll see my thoughts and possibly a little watch tour / app tour once the week is over. It comes in either a pink or black. I'm guessing that I got a black, but I don't know. It does say, please note this item is only available in the United States, even though I live in Canada. So SKG V7 1.69 inch TFT LCD large screen smartwatch. We'll take a look at that. 16 main functions, 14 sport modes, smart notification, blood oxygen. Just realize anything here that seems like it's medical related. So blood oxygen, heart rate control. Usually heart rate controls are pretty good. Those kind of stats, because this is like a $32 watch, you're not getting by any means medical grade. They're good pieces of information as a forewarning. If you see that it's not where it should be, then I'd be like, okay, maybe I should go just make sure I talk to somebody in regards to this and get something done professionally. Info tip, not sure what that is. Weather forecast, women's health, breathe training, music control, stress monitor, sleep monitor, magnetic charging, health control, 5 ATM waterproof, and a 24/7 heart rate tracking. Here's your basic functionality. Now, for me, what I want to do is check, for one, how long this can get on a full charge. I don't know if it says anything here. Smart platform, so I'm going to have to download the Very Fit app. I think this is an app that I've used with other smartwatches. All right, this is the box. Seems fine. Pretty much all the information that's on the website. Well, a little bit of the information is also on the back here, so if you felt like buying this watch and not knowing what you're buying, now you know. Some of it's on the back. About $33 US. Makes it about a $40-ish Canadian, I would think. There's your manual, quick start guide. It's also got this greenish hue to it. Now, I'm going to say this, it may look pretty when you think about it, but this weird kind of greeny blue on a lighter greeny blue paper doesn't make it the easiest to read. It's actually quite difficult to read. I don't know why they wouldn't have just done it in black. I get that they're trying to make something pretty, but like I have a tough time reading any of that, especially on this side. It seems lighter. Like I can't read any of that. That's not great. It's not a great design element when it looks pretty maybe on paper, but on that paper, I can't read it. Here it is. What do you get? You get a USB-A. My guess would be to that magnetic cable. There it is. Pretty much the standard magnetic cable USB that a lot of these kind of watches have. Now, size-wise, it's nice. It looks very Apple Watchy. Size-wise, I'd say it's very, very close. This one has one button on the side. The only thing that I'm seeing here, if you look at watch band, oh, I guess it has a little pin right there to take that off. So maybe it's a traditional kind of band. Let's just take one of these off. Can we take one off? It's got the pins, but I'm not sure if I don't think that's going to be a traditional band, so I don't know what it's going to be like for trying to replace that. So now what we need to do is download this app. Now again, they do give you a QR code. You guys can see this little QR code here. Or let's see if my phone can see that green color very well. Okay, so it saw it. So it takes you to, that's just a manual, which is fine. Nice thing is, this manual is, it's phone based. So you can make it bigger if you need to. So I do appreciate that, even though that manual, not great. This manual, better. So I do like that. And what app did they say? Well, it does have another QR code on the inside. So let's see if that QR code does anything. Oh, it's trying. Maybe. Took me to the store, and that's the Very Fit. So I have downloaded it before. There's 2 QR codes on the app. One is for the physical manual, which is good because, again, that color scheme I'm not a fan of. And then one is to download the app. So this also has a sticker on it. So we have to take the sticker off. And even though this, you can kind of, maybe you guys can see it here, it's kind of hard to tell. Even though the screen looks like it's pretty large, there is, I want to say, it's not a big, but it's big enough, it's noticeable enough that there is, a pretty good border around it, unlike like a traditional Apple Watch or anything like that. You are paying like $40 Canadian versus like $500, so that's a big difference. I may have to log in here, so hold on, let's just open up the Smart Life app. Now, the nice thing is it does have, I don't know if you guys can see that, has access to the health app, which is awesome. So I'm going to turn on all that and allow this. I got to do some logging in. There is a devices at the bottom. We're going to hit add device, a watch/bracelet, and you'll see that it's kind of in this searching mode. So this, I think, would be a good time to turn this on. I'm just holding the side button. My guess would be that would be what turns it on. Now, it also could be a watch that requires you and I to have it plugged into a charger when it starts. So let's try that, shall we? Anyways, here's the cable length. You guys get an idea. This just goes on the back like that. It's a good solid magnet. That's good. And anything? Yep. So it started. See, it's 48%, right? So it should have just started. Maybe it just needs this to get it to boot for the first time, because it's got this spinning wheel. It must be booting up. I don't know what it's. Maybe that's its pairing. I don't know. That seems a little strange. Anyways, is this seeing anything? I gotta go back in here and tell it to search for a device. Add a device. Watch. There it is. It found something. Right? ID 207. One device found. I'm gonna click on it. Device is pairing with the phone. Please tap yes. See? It's got a little yes. Click. Bind. It's got a pretty prominent pair. A pretty prominent vibration. I'll give it that. Call alert. Do you want that? Unit time format. Can I click on that? Feet for height. That's what I have. Pounds, Celsius. Now, just realize, because I've had this app before, a lot of those settings are done. You may have to go in and reset those. There it is. I have a device. ID 07. We're just going to click on it. Device upgrade. Detecting version. So it does have the ability to check for firmware upgrades. And this still just has, maybe it just has this on because the charger's connected. Just has the time. I'm up a percent. Detecting version failed. Well, again, I don't have great internet down here, so I'm gonna blame that on internet. We'll go upstairs and do this. Restart device, delete device, share. You do have the ability to do watch faces, so I'm gonna take this power cable off and see what happens. Oh, there we go. See, now we got an actual watch face. Now I don't mind that watch face. Again, we're not gonna do a complete tour until I'm finished playing with this, but watch face is important. Recommended. These are recommended watch faces. I like that one that they just had. Yep, this one. I like that one. Buy. Of course it is. That's what we got to buy watch faces. Come on now. I don't want to have to buy a watch face. This is like old school digital. I don't mind the old school digital. Blue. These are practical. Dark theme. Oh, I like dark theme too. Dark theme. Look at that one. It's got like tons of data on it. I want this one. This one kind of looks Apple-y. Heart rate. No, I want this one. It's got like heart rate and stuff. If I come here, this one looks very Apple-y too. Hey, this one here. Oh, it's a buy as well. What is happening? Why are you telling me to buy all these? I don't want to buy. I just bought the watch and you're telling me free of charge. There's a free of charge section. And again, free of charge is not working for anything. I think my internet down here is crap. Let's just look at this real fast. If I click and hold, can I change a watch face? Yeah. So I do have a couple. Yes, there's a couple there. Again, are they super exciting? No. And are there many? No. I think there's like 1, 2, 3. I'm going to this one. Plain Jane, has exercise, has my circles, has my battery. Oh, this one has heart rate. So no, we'll stay with the normal one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wear this for the next week or till the battery dies. and then we will check back in, you guys right away, and let you know our thoughts. So I've been wearing this watch now for about a week, about 6 days. I think it's 6 days. We're still on the same battery, 34%. Now, the one thing I did do is I brought the screen brightness way down. I have to approach this video in regards to the fact that this watch is really inexpensive. That's what I have to approach this as. There's a lot of things. There's your brightness, 2, 3, 4, right, 5. There's a lot of things in this watch that are good, and there's a lot of things that it's missing. First off, let's just go through the smartwatch itself. One button, of course, and on the one button you can, on this screen, you can wind, but it does nothing. But if you are here and you hit again, the wind still does nothing. I don't know what the wind's for. You have to slide. And it's got a fair bit, of little apps. Not a ton, but a fair bit. And again, heart rate, blood oxygen, stress. Are they going to be medical grade? No. The heart rate, which I could test up against my Apple Watch, it gave me the same heart rate as my Apple Watch, so that's good. Weather, of course, is pulling weather from your actual phone, so just kind of be aware of that. But notifications and all that kind of jazz all came through on my watch, so that worked very well. There's a few things that I'd like. When you go into this area here, it's kind of nice. It shows you all your information, etc., which it should. If you do a heart rate, and this is one of the things that I was hoping that it would do, but it didn't. The heart rate, at least I couldn't find anywhere, will check your heart rate when you go to it, which is great, but it doesn't do any like full day heart rate, where it is constantly just checking on occasion, like every 15 minutes or half hour, just check on when you're not doing anything, it just checks. Because I'd go in here, like you can see now, the heart rate, it doesn't have anything. It just has 2 dotted lines because it says I haven't checked anything today. I get it. There's your battery, which is nice. This is your activity if you want to choose one. And then of course, if you go back here, this is seeing all your activity stuff. Again, down here, there's all your notifications, which again works fine. And there's not a lot here. This is your do not disturb. This is your raise to wake, I believe it is. Very limited watch faces, of course. Like if you come here, you have 3. I think it is 3. That's kind of it. I have this set to not go to sleep very fast, but you'll see, I think it's when it's off, it goes to sleep pretty quickly. Big issue? Well, no, not horrible, but just realize that. It's a basic watch, right? It is. Here's the other thing. It disconnects from the app a lot. You have to go in to the app constantly because it just constantly disconnects. So if you see here now, if I come over here, now it's got it. It disconnects a lot from the app. It only uses the app information for a little bit of stuff like weather and things like that. But I would like access to that on my smartwatch, especially if we had over this last 3 days, blizzard warnings and wind warnings in our area. And because of that, I would have liked to have known via this watch versus having to possibly go into a weather app or something like that. I'd like it to just pop up and be like, hey, weather warning, don't go outside, you might die, but not there. Inside the actual app itself, the app's fine. It's not an app that's designed specifically for this watch. It's an app that's designed for smartwatches in general, so a company gets to pick an app to go with them. Is your health information. I like that it works with like Apple Health Kit and things like that. You'll see your exercises are all here. It uses the phone's GPS if you want to do that. Devices, again, I did have a firmware update, which I did. There's your device upgrade. I had to try. I probably had to try like 3 or 4 times. It would just keep failing. Fail. I finally got it. And if I do it right now, for instance, detecting, let's see. Oh, it didn't fail this time, which is good. It says I might delay this, but it was failing all the time, so I'm not too sure why. Again, not a lot of information here. Health track settings, yep. Alarm stuff, sure. Notifications are enabled. Call alerts are enabled. More settings. Do not disturb. Intelligent exercise, so I have it set so that it'll automatically turn on if it detects those. Find my phone, music control, lift your wrists to light up the screen. That one I had turned off because, again, it was waking me up. Weather push, you'll see it's enabled, but the problem is that it disconnects from the app a lot. Screen brightness, you can set it here, but you can also set it via the watch. You have automatic brightness at night. We could turn that on. Again, it has this automatic, which again would help, but even at level 1, it's still fairly bright depending on the watch face. And that's kind of it. I've tested so many smartwatches. I'm really trying to look at this watch and be like, for the price, because the price is decent, is it something that I would pay for? And the simple answer is, I think this is a good first smartwatch, but there's a lot of features missing, especially in the health aspect where it does a lot of automatic stuff. It's all manual. It feels very much like a first generation of a product. Build quality is fine. The actual wrist strap, really, really light. Like it's something that I don't think it'll tear, but I would be a little concerned over time how durable it is. The watch itself, this part seems fine. It does have a fairly big border. Again, not that important, but for those that want that full display, you're not going to get it. Limited watch faces, but again, the ones that you have at least give you a decent amount of information. And I'm sad that it disconnects from the app so quickly, at least on iOS. But if you can get this for $30 to $40, it's a good first smartwatch for sure. It'll do more than your traditional head to Walmart and get a watch there. But for me, I'd spend a little bit more. And there are some other watches out there that if you do spend more, and not a lot more, go up to that $60, $70 range, and you're getting a lot better quality watches with more features, in my opinion. Now, when you think of $70, you don't think that's really expensive, but it is twice the price of this. Yeah, it's fine. Nothing fancy, nothing that's going to stand out. That's kind of it. That's it. I've worn this for a week. The battery was good. I'll give it that. It lasted a week. I still got 34% left. So if you are someone that's even going to get this as a second watch for times that you don't want to bring your expensive watch out, as long as it's charged, you should be fine. You get a week. All right, guys, that's it. Links down below. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Comment if you have used this or if you have a watch that's kind of in the same price point, ballpark, and you're like, no, I'd rather just get this one. Let me know, because maybe it's something or a company I'll reach out to. Links down below if you think it's okay and you want to pick one up. And we'll see you guys next video. Later.